Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today we're playing with paint. That's what we do on this channel. So if you like to have fun, like to hang out with me, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. You know, I post videos randomly, at least minimum once a week, and oftentimes go live. So make sure you hit that the bell button and choose all so that you find out what's going on and when and all that stuff. So I am continuing my Rick's Mix play time. For those of you that have missed the previous two videos, I have been gifted a whole series of Rick's Mix paints, lots of them. And so I'm playing with them. I am doing all the different methods of paint pouring that I can think of, and so far all without silicone, and getting some pretty interesting results. No need for silicone in many cases, and it's really quite exciting. So today, what am we doing today? We're doing a plug pour. Calendar pour, what do you call it? We've got this, it's a plug, you know, the strainer plug, strainer pour, that's I think what we call them. So with this strainer pour, we're gonna play with some colors. I've got the daffodil yellow, the mandarin, the cherry blossom red, and the alabaster white. And I'm just going to do one, just pour colours in and see what they do. Not going to lay them in a cup and pour them that way. I'm going to just do colour by colour by colour by colour. But what I am going to do is I'm going to mix some yellow into the cherry blossom red, because if you saw my first video when I tried these out, this here is the cherry blossom red, and it is quite a magenta pink kind of color. But where they mixed with the daffodil yellow, I'm not sure if I'm getting a good definition of that in there, it turned into quite a nice warm red. So I think that will go better with the two yellows. So I'm going to do that mix and see what that comes out like. And that's what the yellow, mandarin yellow, looks like. It's quite a warm. So I think by mixing the two colors together, we can get something that the red goes with it. So that's the first step, is to mix the colors together. I'm just going to grab a little bottle, and when you're mixing colors, always, standing here with a piece of sellotape in my hand, let me stick that on our record. I always put a piece of tape across the back of the hole, just so that the paint doesn't go pouring through that hole and not around the rest of the record. So just going to pop that on there. And when you're mixing colors, I always recommend that you start with the light color and then start adding the dark color to that until you get the color that you're after. Might as well leave the lid off that because we're going to be using it. And so, see how pink that is? So we're just going to add just a little bit of that orange. I do want it a red, but let's just see how quickly that's just turned. It's a warm orange now, but I didn't put hardly any red in there. Did you notice that? So I've probably got 2/3 yellow, 1/3 red, and ding, don't ding at me, Hush. Sorry, forgot to put that on mute. And let's just get that all scraped down the sides. That's quite, I think that we're going to get a nice sunshiny type result, I think, on this one, guys, which is quite exciting. So I like that. So we've got the yellow, the mandarin, those three colours I think are going to work really well together. So let's put the crimson aside and get to playing. Yay, I like playing. Right, and I'm also going to throw in some of the alabaster white. Thinking of perhaps, yes, but before I start, let's see what my setup is. I've got my record with the tape on the underside sitting up on some cans just to give it some elevation. I've taken, like when you buy these strainer plugs, they have a little handle here and a pokey bit here, and they just screw off. They're just super easy. They just screw off. No problem at all. And then this is the top off a drink bottle. You know how that covers the sipper bit, like a water bottle. And I've just blue tacked that to the bottom just to pick it up and so it can drain down and give us a really good elevation. Maybe get some dripping going on. Otherwise, what I find with, if you don't lift it up off the ground, at least some, because this particular strainer is so shallow, you quite often can end up, the holes get covered right the way up and then it messes up the pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to brush on some of the heavy black. Now, as we discovered in the first video, the heavy black and the heavy white really are only good for creating a base. They are super heavy. Look at that. Not good for putting into a pour. That's my discovery anyway. And so I'm just giving this a quick coat, and that means that if when I'm pouring I decide, oh, I actually really like that design, I can stop spreading the design because I know I've already got paint over the entire record and I don't have to worry about it not being sealed. You know what I really should do now that I've covered my hole up? Let's put this on a spinner and that way I can spin it out. Not pre-thinking this very well, am I? Alright, so this is literally just a glass Lazy Susan. Now the only thing I can think of that might be a problem with using this is not very flat and this paint is very runny. Far runnier than I usually use, so I need to be aware of that. So I'm just gonna make a couple of little tape rolls and just stick them down on the on the glass. Probably do 3, just so that when I spin it, the record doesn't go flying. You want to make sure that you put them where the record is plastic and not the paper of the label. Otherwise you can rip the label off. So let's move our tins out of the way. And probably not going to be able to get a very centered. That's where that is. Let's drop that down. See? Now I can spin that. It's not, as I say, it's not very centered. But that's okay. That's better. Oh, pretty good actually. Much better. Pleased about that. Okay. So we've got that done. We've got that done. We've got the tape on the bottom. We've got the paint on the top. Let's get our pour it there. And let's go for it. What should we start with? Should we start? Don't want to go grey. Okay. So let's start with a bright yellow. And I'm just going to put okay, so see how it's already running unevenly. So I'm just going to assist it to think outside of that option. And just lift the sides that I think need to be lifted. Gonna go around once more. Can you see the colours happening? Okay. Let's move those out of the way. Lift that up and let it pull back into the middle. So, and let's spin it. I like the colour combo. I do need to put some sort of protection. Probably not, who cares? Let's spin just gently so that it doesn't fly up the walls. Wow, I'm loving that. Just need to get the rest of it off the edge, so I'm just gonna just put a bit of bulk around the bits that I need to have a little bit more push. Okay, and give it another bit of a spin. hopefully that will push that weighted extra paint that I've just put on. Not quite getting there. Oh, I'm loving that. Those colours look great. Let's go the other way, see if it'll do it. Come on, off you go. Ah, so close, so close. Come on. You can do this. Come on, off you go. There we go, got it. Oh, yum, yum. Right, so I'm getting the black, like there's a pullback happening. It's almost like when you're resining and it pulls back from the edges, which is okay because we'll get like a black border and it's happening pretty evenly all the way around. That's totally cool. I've got this funky little black bit from where there was black in the middle when I pulled back. But oh my goodness, I am really, 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 really loving the layers. Let me get you down and show you what's happening under there close up, because it's so pretty. Check it out. Oh, reflection. Now we're definitely going to have black showing through from the label ridge there, where there's, because it's so runny. This is so different to how I normally mix my paints, having it this runny, and so the ridges are already showing instead of just drying and just having a ridge showing but not affecting the painting. Because the paint is much runnier than what I would normally use, it's affecting the way the paint lays while it's wet. Oh, this is so pretty. It just, let me see if I can get, look at the way the layers are just playing. And the translucency of the colours. I don't think I'm actually getting a good. I wonder if I turn this light off, whether that gives us a, yeah, it's better. Better but not great. It just looks like a flaming flower to me. Look at those layers. I like it, and I'm excited to see what happens when it dries. So you guys get to see it right now, and I have to wait for a couple of days. So here it comes in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it dried. Now this record is quite a flimsy record, and it obviously was a little bit warped. So this piece here, which I can actually see is raised, is a lot thinner in paint. But that's cool. I quite like the effect that it's created. Let me just bring it on to focus for you. I really like the way that this has smeared through here, and if it was done on a canvas it may have some really cool stuff, but because of that thinness of the paint, those rings have really come out. I think you guys are starting to see a bit of a trend. I'm not a fan of how thin this paint is. And if you've watched any of my mixing videos, you'll understand my paint is a lot thicker than this when I normally pour. But it doesn't mean it's wrong. Different people like things different ways. And please, 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 if you are seeing this as a good thing, go get it. And obviously, you know, I put that coat of black underneath, and that will have also affected it. So yeah, I really quite like this concept. I think I might redo this with my Reeves paint and see if I get a different result. But if you are interested in entering the competition to get some free paints, they've got 5 sets to give away. Head on over to the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group and get yourself entered into that competition. Also, if you don't want to wait to see if you win, but you would like to purchase some, there is a 10% discount. No, $10 discount if you purchase. So head on over to the Facebook group. All the details will be there, links, codes, etc. And I really do like this piece here. That's really quite scrummy. So there you go. I had fun. I hope you did. And I will see you again super, super soon. Bye bye.